Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am Mr.Clean and today we are here to talk about some upcoming VR games. We're going to be covering some stuff that's coming out for Quest, PSVR and PSVR as well. This is a new type of thing that I'm bringing kind of back. We used to do this back in the day where I would talk a few things about upcoming games and I kind of miss doing this. We stopped doing it for a long time. I'm bringing it back. What do you guys think? Are you excited? Also, I'm holding my microphone because it makes me feel like a presenter. So what more can I say? Roll intro. As I said in the intro, we will be talking about the upcoming VR games coming out for the last part of this year. Now we are stepping into the quieter part of the year. It tends to be the more sort of, as we go through into Christmas, and then we'll go back up. Plenty more games coming out as of next year, but there are still some really cool titles that are going to come out this year, so keep your eye on the list. Some freaking cool stuff. I also, at the end of this, after we've covered all of the stuff that we actually have dates for, I will be talking about some stuff that could possibly still be coming out this year, possibly not, and also some stuff that's coming out next year for sure, and I just want to talk about them. GTA, anybody? Now, the first game I want to speak to you about is Ancient Dungeons, coming to us on the 3rd of November to PSVR and App Lab, so that you can officially download it through the App Lab. How exciting. This has been out for free on SideQuest for quite some time, so I have played it myself. It's a really, really good game. I'm looking forward to see if there's been any major updates or anything like that ready for this drop. But I definitely recommend that you check this one out. It is a dungeon crawler that is procedurally generated and kind of has the feel of a Minecraft-esque world. That pixelated sort of art style. But yeah, it's just a fantastically well-made game in my opinion. Like I say, I have played it myself. I will leave a link to the video down below if you want to check it out and see some actual gameplay of it. And it's just a satisfying game. From chopping grass to chopping down enemies, it is just satisfying. There's a ton of different enemies that you can go in and battle and a bunch of different ways that you can do it. So whether you have a 5 minutes of time that you want to spend in there or you want to spend an hour, there is something for you to do in this game. I do think this is one to definitely put on your list to check out because it's actually a really fantastic game. As I've said, I have played it, really fun, probably one of the best well-made dungeon crawler experiences that you can actually go for, and I'm excited to see what they've done with it to bring it into early access and see what has changed about it. But yeah, like I say, check this one out, definitely one for your eyeballs. Next up on the list, coming out on the 4th of November, Blade and Sorcery Nomad. This is the exclusive version of the game coming to Quest 2. Holy fricka-moly. This came out of nowhere at the Connect event and yeah, it's pretty freaking exciting. So finally, we're going to get Blade and Sorcery in standalone from the Quest. It's insane. If you're unfamiliar with this is the game that pretty much all games hold a bar to when it comes to physics-based combat. Now, I have played this game pretty much since it dropped on PSVR, and I'm super excited to see it come natively to the Quest. I think it's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait for this. It's going to be pretty much in line with the PC version for now. They have exclusively said, though, that they're not going to bring out stuff in line with each other, so the PC version is probably always going to be slightly ahead of it. But no, nonetheless, I mean, this is really friggin' exciting news for pretty much everyone, I think, that has looked at these videos across the internet and gone, wow, I wish I could play that. And now you finally can pick it up on your Quest, and it is going to be such a great day. Plus, they have the already the procedurally generated dungeons that you can go and explore now, which is like an addition to it. And trust me when I say this, it made the game from like the sandbox into having purpose, and it is so freaking cool. One other thing I want to add is it has been confirmed at this point that yes, you will be able to mod this game. I know you'll actually be able to mod it, because I know a lot of the community was like, Blade and Sorcery without being able to mod it, is that going to work? Well, you have your answer now. Yes, you'll be able to mod it. I will definitely be having a video drop on the 4th when this game drops, because why wouldn't I? It is exciting, and I want to compare the two. I want to compare apples to apples. What's it like? Has it got any downfalls? How's its performance? I'm excited. I can't wait. The next game I want to talk about is Captain Toonhead, coming on the 11th of November to PC VR, Quest and PSVR. Basically everything bar a potato you can play this game on. What to say about this game? It looks absolutely insane. I kind of feel like it's got that Borderlands sort of sense of humour about it. I don't really understand what it is. It looks like a wave shootery type game that is just out of control. You can use a friggin' slipper to beat people down with. You can use a various assortment of weapons, and it just looks out of control. But I don't really know what to say about this until I've played it to get a better understanding of it. I followed it a little bit, but it does look super interesting to me. It's super colourful, super fun, and sort of it looks really well made. So I'm really interested to actually try this one out for myself. And yeah, so keep an eye out for that on the channel. I'm going to cover it, mainly because I'm super curious as to like how ridiculous of a game it's going to be. Is it going to actually be really fun? Who knows? I don't really know, but it does look really cool, so keep it on your radar. And like I say, if you're interested, I will be making content surrounding it so you can see, you know, beforehand, is this game just crazy in the head, or is it good? To be decided. Next is Age of Sigmar Tempestfall. I definitely haven't taken 3 times to say that. This game is coming to Quest as well as PC VR, and it's dropping, I believe, on the 17th of November, and yeah. This looks phenomenal. It's really piqued my interest. I have no idea about Warhammer whatsoever. I've never collected or been a collector of any of the stuff to do with Warhammer. I have no idea about pretty much anything to do with Warhammer, but this game piqued my interest. It looks like such an epic quest of magic and fighting and massive weapons to beat people down with. The trailer looks absolutely fantastic, and like I say, it just looks like a really solid experience. I'm just really hoping that I don't have to know too much about Warhammer, because honestly, I know virtually nothing other than it's called Warhammer. But for real skis though, I'm very hyped about this one. I really like your magic adventure type things. I really like sword fighting and everything like that. All of those things really appeal to me. It looks visually stunning as well. With what they've done in the trailer, I'm just really excited for this game. So this is one I'm definitely going to be covering and definitely excited for. I hope that they take the approach of you don't need to know the lore of the game before you can really get into it. So hopefully they sort of got a, you know, Warhammer for Dummies type approach to the beginning of this, just to wean me into it and perhaps really get me into the universe. But it's definitely one for me that I'm going to be keeping an eye out for, and if you're really into Warhammer, perhaps it'll be even cooler for you because you'll actually understand everything that's going on. And for me, once again, I hope they have a Warhammer for Dummies type intro to this to really warm me into the whole universe and get me used to what I'm actually going to be experiencing. But yeah, all in all, it looks like a really solid game. Can't wait to give it a go. Next, we're going into After the Fall. 9th of December, this drops for PC VR, PSVR, and Quest. This game is the game that I have personally been waiting for so long. I feel like I've been following this game forever. As soon as I had seen that it was coming out, 4-player co-op in a Left 4 Dead sort of style, wave shootery, oh my god, goodness, of exploration and shooty, fun. I gotta say, man, I'm really excited for this one. It's just, like I say, it just looks so good, and to have a proper solid game come out like this is going to be awesome. It's from the developers of Arizona Sunshine, so we already know that there's a really solid platform coming up from this, so they know how to make this kind of stuff, they know how to make it work, and honestly, I cannot wait. Now, this was delayed and now been brought to this time date because they wanted to get it right, and I'm really hoping that that means that they've nailed everything down and got it really solid, ready for us to experience it. I'm planning on playing this on Quest 2 because I kind of feel like it will be the best test for the game. Although playing it on PC VR would give me maybe slightly better visuals on the game, I feel like playing it on something natively is going to be even cooler. Being able to jump around and duck and move around with the freedom of no cables is going to be, for me, the best way to play this. Now, this game is set in like this sort of super dark and snowy and gritty environment. You're going to work alongside all of your teammates, shooting hordes upon hordes of gnarly creatures, zombie-like dudes, and it just looks to me like it's going to be so much fun. Imagine jumping in with 3 of your mates and just going at it for an evening, chunking your way through everything. I'm just excited. One thing I'm really excited to see as well is how many body counts you can have laying around. From the stuff I've seen from way back in the day when they were demoing this, it looked like you could have a mad body count around. I don't know whether that's going to be lessened a lot to help run on the Quest, or whether it will be different between the PlayStation, the PC and the Quest version. Who really knows? I know that I'm looking forward to this, and it's definitely one for you to get a few of your mates together and kick some freaking butt. What more can I say? It looks freaking sick. Oh man, I can't wait for this to finally drop. This is the game for me that I absolutely cannot wait to play. Now we're going to move into the section of the show where I'm going to be talking about stuff that possibly could still drop in this year, hopefully, fingers crossed, and also some pre-prediction stuff about, you know, what's going to come next year, i.e. really one game I want to speak about at the end. The first game I want to talk about is Medal of Honor coming out to the standalone Quest 2, which is crazy exciting when you think about it, to have a game of that magnitude coming into a standalone headset. I don't even understand the magic that has to happen to make that happen. It's beyond me. Now, I played through the PC version of this game when it dropped. It was pretty good. There were some faults with it, let's be real. Major fault that they actually had with this game was making it run well. So I'm super interested to see how they pulled this off on a Quest. And is it going to run better than the PC version of this game? Like, I don't understand what kind of freaking wizardy magic that they may be working there. But nonetheless, it is a fun game. It's a very cool experience, and the multiplayer in it is freaking awesome. So hopefully that will finally get some love, as the servers unfortunately pretty much died on the spot after its launch on PC. So I'm really, really hopeful that kicks off a bit of life into that, and I'm also interested to see what the price tag on it is. You know, between that and Lone Echo 2 this year, two of probably the most expensive games I've purchased into myself, and yeah, when you're paying a lot of money, like 40 plus quid to buy into a game, you expect a bit more out of it. And I think that's the problem that some of these developers have. Is when you're really punching high in the money, people expect a AAA style game. So we'll see what will come of it. I guess we'll find out. Now with that, they haven't actually given a date for its release, but I do kind of have a sneaking suspicion this is going to pop out before the end of the year. I really hope that it does. I just kind of got a feeling that it will, because that one last big hard hitter in the year would be super good for Oculus. I mean, they've probably got some other crazy tricks up their sleeves. I mean, we have still, like I said, got After the Fall and things coming as well, but I do kind of feel like they might want to wrap up the year by dropping this. It's not something that I don't think they'll wait until next year to do, but I could be wrong. It depends how much they need to do to make the game work. But like I say, I seriously predict that I think it's gonna come out before the end of the year, unlike this accent that needs to go away now. Now the next game I want to speak about is a game called Wanderer. This game was supposed to drop in the summer. It didn't. It got moved. I'm assuming probably because of all of the, you know, things going on in the world. They probably had to slow down production, but it's supposed to be dropping for PC VR and PSVR. And like I say, it was supposed to come out in summer, but they've been held up. Now this game looks pretty freaking interesting. It's one I've been keeping my eye on, and basically the premise of this is that you sort of going back in time to key points, and you're going to be changing the timeline to rectify what's happened in your timeline to make things better. Yeah, it looks cool. I'm actually really excited for this. It looks visually absolutely stunning. It's set like a first-person action type adventure, obviously, because it's in VR, but nonetheless, it just looks really, really interesting. There's a bunch of really cool-looking missions. You're going to get to travel all across of time, even on the moon, apparently, which is pretty cool. So going up there for one small step for mankind. I'm not entirely sure what you'll do up there to change time. Do you have to like punch him off the ladder and change what's said? I don't know, but it will be exciting nonetheless. This game looks pretty cool. I don't know whether this is going to squeeze in for the end of the year, but if it was supposed to come in summer, there's still a chance that this could drop before the end of the year, and it could be pretty exciting. So definitely one to keep an eye out on, stick on your wish list, and just kind of keep an eye on this game. Wanderer looks really interesting to me. The next one I want to talk about is a game that I actually played the demo for on the channel. It's called Into the Darkness. It was supposed to come out, and it's actually been pegged to come out Q4 this part of the year, essentially, you know, in the next couple of months. Will it or won't it? I don't know. Who knows with things at the moment? Things are getting delayed left, right and centre for the right reasons, but nonetheless things are getting delayed quite a lot. Now this game actually is surprisingly good. Into the Darkness kind of feels like it's stolen all of the best bits. Stolen's probably a bad word for it, but we'll go with it. Stolen all of the best bits from all other VR games. So you have like solid physics like in Boneworks, you have like a really good infantry system like in pretty much like Saints and Sinners infantry system, but you have really solid gunplay in this, which is one of the things that I really took away from it that I enjoyed myself, and definitely, like I say, the physics system in this game is real freaking nice. I'm looking forward to seeing this in its fullness because the story seems interesting. It seems like it's going to have quite a good story that's going to run through it, and I'm assuming if it's got a really bitchin' physics system like it does, then I'm hoping to have a lot of sandbox opportunity in this for creators like myself who like to really get in there and mess around and make some stupidness. Then, you know, hopefully I'll have that opportunity to have that kind of part of the game. Like I say, it was supposed to come out towards the end of this year. Still could, who really knows? There's no definitive answer that I found on it, but it is a really solid game. I will try and link down below my gameplay of the demo. It was a pretty solid game, played really well. For a demo as well, it was like a good hour-long demo, so you really got to get your teeth into it and enjoy it. And I'm just excited to see where this goes. Could it be the next best thing since Boneworks? I don't know. It does feel very solid, and it does feel like an experience that I can't wait to have in its fullness. So keep an eye out for that. I feel like I've said that a lot in this, but keep your eyes peeled for the goodness. Yeah. The one other thing that I wanted to quickly mention as well is for all you PSVR owners, they have dropped a whole bunch of goodness on there for the monthly free games, so go check that out. I can't remember the titles off the top of my head, but there is a whole bunch of goodness there, and quite honestly, if you're even considering buying into like the PSVR 2 or anything like that when it drops, just go and whack them in your download list anyway, then cancel the download, then you'll have them in your library and you'll already have some amazing things. I'm pretty sure that one of the titles on there is Saints and Sinners, and good God, man, if you haven't played that game and you're waiting to experience that for when you get your PSVR 2, just go stick it in your library. If you're already paying for your monthly thing anyway, what have you got to lose other than nothing? You're just going to gain. So I really recommend that you do that, and if you are still rocking a PSVR, man alive, these are some really solid titles if you haven't picked them up already to get in your life. So that's my little recommendation there off the bat. PlayStation is doing some mad stuff at the moment, dropping titles like that for free. I'm not sure what they're up to, but it's good, and it does mean when they drop the PSVR 2, the world is going to be a very different place for a little while when it comes to VR. It's going to be like a paradigm shift of everything being focused back on PlayStation VR 2. I'm telling you, it's going to be like Quest what? PC VR what? And it'll all be about PSVR 2. I'm telling you it's going to happen because one thing that Sony does well, that's making games. So we're going to have content coming out of your new, and it's going to be friggin' great. I can't wait. So keep your eyes peeled because I feel like I need to say that at the end of every one of these for that stuff. Now, going into the final thing that I am just disgustingly excited for, GTA San Andreas confirmed coming to the Quest. Now, I think we can possibly assume at this point that it may be exclusively coming to the Quest, but they haven't actually said that, so I still am ever hopeful that it means that a PC port is going to come, possibly excuse me, possibly a PSVR port as well, or at best a PSVR 2 port, but we don't know that yet. We can only assume, considering it's only been announced at Facebook, that it's going to be an exclusive, but they haven't exclusively said that, so let's remain hopeful that it's going to come out across everything, because quite frankly, GTA being announced it might just be the biggest thing to ever happen in VR, and I for one am disgustingly excited about it. When I saw the news drop in when I was watching Connect, it was like the one good thing to come out of that event, and I was just like, ugh. I mean, personally, it's one of the ones that I had the most fun in, man. GTA, oh my goodness, I love all the GTAs, but San Andreas has a special place in my heart. Me and all of my friends, we used to get around, we'd sit and play it together, literally do pass and play. If you popped your clogs, you had to pass the controller, or if you did something too stupid, then you'd pass it, and it was just so much fun. endless amounts of stuff to do in that game. It is really a good choice. I know a lot of people were throwing around they wish it had been Vice City, but personally San Andreas is the one, man. An insanely huge map to explore, a massive story to explore and enjoy, and my god, you can get a jetpack. Yes! I want that. I'm super interested to see how they're going to handle everything. Now, we know that they're doing the remastered editions, so I'm kind of got my fingers crossed that we're also going to get a remastered edition for the VR. It would be kind of scuffed if they actually didn't, but who knows how it will work. Rockstar, I have just more than faith in to bring us a good product, because quite honestly, what has Rockstar ever brought us that isn't a solid game? Don't say Red Dead 2, don't say Red Dead 2. It still had some good stuff in it, okay? Some people loved that game. Not me. But still, Rockstar tend to bring us really solid entertainment, so I'm just ever hopeful for this, and I've got my fingers crossed, and I really hope that they deliver something amazing here. There's so much to do in there. This is one of those games that you may be able to buy and not play anything else for like a month or two. They're going to have to be careful, because when they release this, anything else that comes out alongside it's just going to get missed. Because it's freaking GTA, son. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Anyway, that pretty much wraps us up for everything here to talk about today. We have no idea when this GTA is going to drop. It could be a year, it could be 2, who knows. I hope that they don't do a Splinter Cell / Assassin's Creed on us, because they announced those over a year ago at this point, and we still have zero news, zero gameplay footage, zero anything. We don't know anything about those 2 games. So I'm just praying, please, Mark, do not screw us over, eh? Give us information. But we'll have to wait around and see what happens with that. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me on this. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do feel free to subscribe, smasheth the liketh of the button, and all those things I do genuinely appreciate. I hope you've enjoyed having this on the channel. I do plan on bringing this back. Probably won't get the next one until maybe next year, unless we get a wild bunch of stuff announced for the end of the year that I want to talk about. But then we're going to go into doing this bi-monthly as of the 2022. So if you like this, you want to see more of it, let me know in the comments, and yeah, we'll bring it to the channel. Anyway, I've been Rhys the King. Peace out. Roll the outro now.